Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What's brewing in the NFL right now? The buzz around the league is all about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the NFC South and send shockwaves through the entire league. According to recent reports, the Cleveland Browns are considering trading one of their most disruptive defensive stars, Myles Garrett, to the Atlanta Falcons. And believe me, this isn't just some rumor. It's a serious discussion with real implications for both teams and, most importantly, for the Falcons' Super Bowl aspirations. Let's dive into what's happening here. Diana Rossini, a trusted NFL insider, has reported that the Browns, currently sitting at a Fort Wells record with a hefty cap hit of around $18 million, are open to trading Garrett in exchange for assets that can help them rebuild their roster, especially on offense. Why would Cleveland do this? Well, it's all about cap space and strategic focus. Garrett's cap hit, which is around $28 million, makes him a costly asset to keep, especially when the Browns are prioritizing bolstering their secondary and wide receivers, areas where they've struggled despite quarterback Deshaun Watson throwing 15 interceptions this season. With Garrett's departure, Cleveland can free up cap space, focus on their rebuild, and perhaps even tank intentionally after a disappointing Fort Wells season. But what does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons? First, let's talk about how Garrett could dramatically change the Falcons' defense and overall team dynamic. We all know that Atlanta's pass rush has been a bit of a mixed bag this season. They've managed just 25 sacks, which for a team with playoff ambitions isn't enough. Adding Garrett, a player who's been a league leader in sacks with 22 this year, could be a game changer. Garrett's presence on the line would elevate the entire front seven, forcing offenses to double him or shift their blocking schemes, opening up opportunities for other pass rushers and linebackers. His disruptive ability is top tier. He's a game wrecker who can control the line of scrimmage and change the course of a game with a single sack. And let's not forget what Garrett brings beyond just sacks. This guy is an elite run defender, capable of setting the edge and making plays behind the line of scrimmage. His career stats are staggering: 133 games played, 124. 5 sacks, 411 tackles, and a career PFF grade of 91. 8. That's the kind of production that can turn a defense from average to elite. His 237 quarterback hits and 32 tackles for loss last season show he's relentless and can get after the quarterback with consistency. Plus, Garrett has shown durability, only missing 1 game in his career due to a shoulder injury in Week 3. That kind of reliability is invaluable for a team looking to make a deep playoff run. Now, thinking about what this trade could mean for the Falcons in terms of their season outlook, it's huge. The Falcons have been good but not great at rushing the passer this year, and with only 25 sacks as a team, they're missing that game-changing pass rusher who can draw double teams and create chaos. Garrett's addition would likely add around 15 more sacks to their total, which would be a massive boost. More sacks mean more disruptions, more turnovers, and fewer yards allowed per pass attempt, currently around 230 yards per game, which could be reduced to about 190. That's a significant improvement, especially considering how much a dominant pass rush can shift momentum in close games. And we have to look at the broader impact. Garrett's presence would elevate the entire defense. His ability to generate pressure would help the Falcons' secondary, potentially reducing the number of points allowed. It's not just about sacks, it's about creating mismatches and forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws. And with a front seven that includes young, talented players, Garrett would be the veteran anchor, guiding and mentoring the younger guys while raising everyone's game. This move could also have a ripple effect on the Falcons' chances in the playoffs and even the Super Bowl. Consider the numbers. Odds of Atlanta winning the Super Bowl now sit around +10-0, but with Garrett, those odds could dramatically improve to around +3-800. That's a huge leap, and it's not just a number. It's a reflection of how much a difference-maker Garrett could be. His playoff heroics, combined with his ability to pressure mobile quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, could be the key to unlocking Atlanta's championship potential. Of course, there are always questions about how well a player will fit into a new system, and how the team's chemistry will evolve. But Garrett's style of play, his relentless pursuit of the quarterback, and his ability to disrupt defenses align perfectly with what the Falcons need. His addition would send a message across the league that Atlanta is serious about contending and isn't afraid to make bold moves to elevate their roster. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this trade isn't just about one player. It's about signaling a new era for the Falcons' defense, one where they're not just trying to patch things up, but are actively building a dominant unit that can contend with the best. Garrett, with his proven track record and elite production, is exactly the kind of player that can herald that transformation. Imagine him lining up across from opponents, best defensive linemen, commanding double teams, and creating chaos that frees up other pass rushers like Arnold Ebakti or the emerging young stars. It's a recipe for a top-ranked defense that can keep Atlanta in every game, especially when the offense is firing on all cylinders. And speaking of the offense, with the Falcons potentially gaining more possessions, maybe an extra 2 per game thanks to turnovers forced by Garrett's disruption, they could turn close games into wins more consistently. The offensive line, already improving, would benefit from the extra time and space to operate. Plus, with a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who's proven to be a steady and accurate passer, the Falcons could unlock even more points, pushing their average from 21 points per game up to around 25. The combination of a stifling defense and a more potent offense could be the perfect formula for making a serious playoff push. Now, for the Falcons and their fans, the stakes are high. A move like this signals a clear intent to compete now, not just rebuild. It's a bold statement, one that says Atlanta isn't content with just making the playoffs. They want to contend for the Super Bowl. And with Garrett's heroics in the playoffs last year, he's proven he can perform under pressure, which is exactly what Atlanta needs. Of course, the NFL is a league of uncertainties, and trades like these come with risks. But the potential upside is enormous. This isn't just about upgrading the roster, it's about transforming the identity of the team. With Garrett, the Falcons could become one of the most feared defenses in the league, capable of dominating games and forcing turnovers at a historic rate. That, combined with an offense that's starting to find its rhythm, could be a recipe for a deep postseason run, and who knows, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead, the biggest question on everyone's mind is whether this trade will actually happen. The NFL rumor mill is swirling, and while nothing is confirmed yet, the signs point to serious discussions. If the Falcons manage to pull this off, it would be a game changer, not just for this season, but for the franchise's future. It would send a message that Atlanta is all in on winning, and that they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The fans are buzzing, the players are excited, and the front office is working behind the scenes. The potential of adding a player like Myles Garrett to the Falcons roster is enough to make any fan's heart race. It's a move that could define this era of Falcons football, turning a good team into a championship-caliber squad. So stay tuned, because if this trade goes through, we'll be talking about it for years to come. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and the future looks bright, possibly even Super Bowl bright, if this move becomes reality.